Blessings, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. This morning I wanted to talk about needs, especially as yesterday we were talking about boundaries. I've really been trying to teach the last 28 meditations from the heart and from this authentic place. So whatever I'm working through, whatever I'm feeling, I try to make the theme of the class for the day. So one thing I've really been exploring in my life is needs. When we take a need-based lens and we start to scan for those moments where we get triggered, generally we're triggered because we have a need underneath. Your needs aren't met, or you're sad, your needs aren't being met. Not necessarily the verb in our culture to support competency expressing these needs. And so needs are essential. And generally, the need that you're having in this current moment, that you're having when you're triggered, is not just a need that you're having in the current moment. In fact, a need that you had since you were a child that most likely wasn't a need that was met, which is why that need is so tender and so vulnerable. That's why you get triggered, and that's why it's so hard and difficult to express those needs without emotions being involved. So having the competency and the self-awareness to recognize what are you feeling in the current moment, and then what is the need underneath. And you'll notice as you identify, if you can really dig deep, instead of saying, I'm angry, and saying, I'm frustrated, or I'm like really drilling in and specifically naming what is the actual emotion underneath. Under sadness, is it discouragement? Is it frustration? Is it feeling unworthy, right? So we all have these needs and these emotions, and generally these emotions we also don't have necessarily we don't have the languaging to support what our emotions are either, because it's not something that is valued in our culture. So so taking that need-based lens is really, really important. It's transformed my life in a couple of months. When I'm feeling, and I stop into myself and notice, like, what am I needing? What is the need underneath? And this need that I'm having isn't the other person's fault. Take accountability and say, this is my need. And it's a trigger because of my past, and it's a trigger because of my traumas. And you don't have to do anything in order to satisfy that need, but I can ask for it, right? Needs are what you want and what you don't want. They're similar to boundaries. And so, and these needs are inarguable, right? If you say, I feel sad, or I feel frustrated, or I feel angry, that's inarguable, right? That's fact. There's no one that can say, no, you're not sad, right? And maybe if they're a narcissist or a sociopath, they might, but... and then if you say, I'm needing security, or I'm needing safety, or I'm needing compassion, those needs are also inarguable, right? You're not making it about that person in front of you. You're simply revealing what your need is, regardless of what the person in front of you is doing or saying. I think one of the other things here is it allows me to find more compassion, because that need that you've had since you were a child is most likely tied to a wound, which is why it's so tender. And so it allows me to find compassion for people in their needs, because I can recognize that it has very little to do with me. Yes, I can be this player in the game and be able to give that need or fulfill that need if I'm willing and able. But it's not an expectation, right? It's something that I can give as a gift. And also give as a gift to myself. When I recognize those needs are there, simply taking the time to express them. And it's amazing when you find that emotion and you find that need, and simply by verbalizing it or just making connection with it, how much the suffering is eased, how much the tension and the trigger is. So, all right, so let's begin by closing our eyes. I'm going to light some incense here. Or maybe not, the lighter's out. All right, so closing your eyes and beginning to come into contact What are your needs right now? And as you scan for your needs, there's often an emotion. Oftentimes the emotion may come first because we haven't identified what the need is. We might just feel angry or sad or worried or fearful or anxious. So coming into contact with your feeling and being able to name it. Whenever you say, I feel like, or I feel that, it's no longer a feeling, it becomes a judgment. So when you say a feeling, try to state an emotion. So I feel peaceful. I feel heightened or angry, or I feel receptive. Just being aware of it. And as you go underneath, is there a need attached to that emotion? And I'll say an invocation now. Creator, Mother Earth, thank you for all these gifts and medicines that you allow us to carry. Thank you for the miracle that it is to walk with your help. Thank you for allowing us to be connected with our emotional needs. Creator, Mother Earth, for giving us the capacity and to know what we are needing and to be able to express that. For allowing this process of expressing our emotional needs to not be about the other person. Thank you for allowing us to take accountability, to own our own experience, to own the needs that we are having without judgment and without expectation. Thank you to our infinite upon infinite angels and guides. Thank you for flooding into all of those moments and into all of the hearts of the people that receive our emotions and needs, rippling into the past, into the present, and into the future. Thank you for holding our hearts and the others' hearts as we express our emotions and needs and listen to their emotions and needs. Thank you, Creator, for teaching us what it feels like to be able to hold this container for those people in our life. Thank you, Creator, for teaching us what it feels like to honor our emotions and needs as one of the deepest medicines that we carry and the expression of helping all and benefiting the highest love of all beings. Creator, Mother Earth, thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, we love you, we love you, we honor you. Thank you, thank you. So I welcome you now to say a prayer for your own needs or emotions. Give them a voice for a moment. And then allowing whatever prayer to come through, just organically, praying from the heart. And I welcome you to do this out loud if that feels good. us back to the breath. And I welcome you to stay in this space a little longer, to meditate on your needs, to have the courage to own your own experience. Thank you all so very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.